Welcome to this crash course on Next.js. In this course, you're going to learn how to create React applications using the Next.js framework. Before we start, let's look at some of the slides so we can get some information on what benefits we get from using Next.js. So Next.js is going to be a framework that is going to enable us to create high-quality web applications using React. With Next.js, we're going to have built-in optimizations. You're going to have auto image, font, and script optimizations for improved UX and core web vitals. File-based routing. File-based routing is where each file in the app directory represents a route in your application. Server components and server actions. So you're going to have flexibility of creating components without extra JavaScript. Also, you're going to be able to run server code by calling a function and maybe skip the API. You're going to have HTML streaming, so you can instantly stream UI from the server. Data fetching, which is going to allow you to make React components async and await data. In client and server rendering, you can also add components without sending additional client-side JavaScript to your clients. We're also going to have CSS support. Next.js support most of your favorite CSS tooling, including CSS modules and tailwinds and much more. TypeScript support. Next.js is going to provide a TypeScript-first development experience for building your React applications. In route handlers, you're going to build API endpoints to securely connect with third-party services and more. You're also going to have database integration. Next.js applications can interact with databases to store and retrieve data. Authentication and authorization. Next.js applications can implement authentication and authorization features to secure resources and authenticate users. You're also going to have middlewares. So middlewares is going to allow you to define middleware functions to intersect and modify requests and responses, all from within your React Next.js application. So we're going to go over most of these topics, but we're going to do it in small videos. So in the first video, we're just going to focus on how to create your new application using Next.js. So we can jump into the terminal here. You can open up a terminal, cd into the directory where you want to create this new application. The only requirement is that you have a Node.js installed in your computer. So it needs to be version 18 or higher. Right now, if I check my node-v, I'm using or just 2 dashes or just 1. There you go, 20.9.00. So if you don't have Node.js 18 or higher, you can download it from the official Node.js website. But from here, we're going to run npx create -next-app add latest, and we're going to hit enter. Sometimes if it's the first time you're running this, it's going to ask you to install some tools in order to be able to create your Next.js application. So all you have to say is yes. This could take a little bit of time depending on your internet speed and your computer. So just give it a few more seconds to see if everything goes well. So here is asking me to install the Next.js package. So I'm going to say yes and hit enter. And then here's going to ask you for the name of your project. I'm going to just call it my-first-Next.js-app, so we can recognize this one. It's going to ask you if you would like to use TypeScript. We're just going to say yes. If you want to use the ESLint, yes. Tailwind CSS, yes. Here is going to ask you if you want to use the organize your code inside of src directory. I'm going to say yes because I like to have all my source code inside of the src folder, but this is optional. You can say no or yes, but I'm going to hit yes. Here is going to ask you if you would like to use the app router, which is the recommended router front-end routing to use. We're going to say yes as well. And if you would like to customize the default import alias from the add or the symbol here, we're going to say no. We're going to keep the default, and this is going to create your application. So here it will take a few minutes, and then when it's ready, it's going to give you the next set of steps. So I'm going to pause here and going to come back as soon as this application is ready. Okay, so my application is created. Now I'm able to cd into my my application that was created. So that was my dash first. I'm going to hit tab to help me out, and I'm going to hit enter. Now I'm going to type code space dot, so again I can open up with VS Code. And if this doesn't work for you, just open up the new project inside of VS Code. And here we have the new application that was created. Let's just give this a second so we can run the application. Let me close this up. And here we have the other folders and files. Your node modules, the public folder where we can put like static files like images in there. Then you have your src folder. You have some different configuration files here, Tailwinds, TypeScript, and some other tools that we're going to be using. In your package.json, you're going to have your scripts. So you're going to have the dep. This is the one we're going to run in order to start up our application. And then inside of the src folder is where we're going to have our app folder. Here's where we're going to be creating new files for new pages and new routes. You have your CSS and global styles and some layout files and page and the main page, which we're going to go over that inside of the video for the routing. So here, if we open up a new terminal here, we could run npm run dev, and that will start up our new Next.js application. So this is going to be running on port 3000 by default, and we're going to give that, let me open up a new tab and bring it over to the screen here. Oops, it's not where I want to put it. And we can visit localhost 3000 there. So this is the application. This is your welcome application for Next.js. You have links to the docs and where you can go and learn more. But here we're going to go over most of the stuff that you need to learn in order to get started. So basically this is going to be your main page. And your main page is going to be loaded from this inside of the app folder. You will find the page.tsx. That is the page that you're seeing now. If you want, we could delete everything inside of the page tsx. So everything from the main tag all the way down to the bottom. And here we can put a div for now. And put an h1, and we can say hello Next.js and save. Now if I bring this back in here, this should refresh and you will see your new text here. We could also even delete, if you want to get rid of all the CSS that this comes with, you could even go into the CSS globals, and you could delete everything here except for the imports or the directives here from Tailwinds. So you could delete all this CSS code if you want. And if you do that, I'm just going to comment it out for now. Your app is going to look like this. All right, so now we got started. We created a new application. In the next video, we're going to be creating new routes and new files in order to work with the navigation.